Yeah. Bugs Bunny or Tweety Bird, how to make money in crypto.
Oh, you're killing me.
It is I. Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, the People's Channel, home of the BitSquad, the largest and greatest crypto community in all the interwebs. No channel works harder and more seriously to keep you in the know about crypto. Today is a very special day. I am the Hamburglar. As today we have Cryptoface on the show, as we pay our debts here on the channel. We agreed on this channel to, if Bitcoin did not hit $100,000 by the end of 2021, that we would pay $10,000 to a charity of Crypto Indio's choice. And I would dress up like the Hamburglar and bring Cryptoface on the show. And that's exactly what we are doing today. Just so you guys know, we're going to be giving $5,000 to the Ruth House. It is a place in Los Angeles, California that helps women out in different situations, domestic abuse, things like that. We will also be donating $5,000 to a local Atlanta domestic abuse shelter. That is where the $10,000 is going. Guys, I need to bring Cryptoface on the show, but can someone come put my headphones on? Thanks.
Where's the fry guy? Oh, wait a minute. There he is.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you. Thank you
Oh
so
my
much.
gosh.
Yo, what is going on?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I just got a mask in my eye, so not the best right now. Look, we said we were going to do it. We pay our debts on the channel. Here we are as the Hamburglar, and I want to know, Cryptoface, one question. Are you happy?
Am I what?
Happy. Are you happy?
Happy? Yeah. You know, you could have done a little sooner, but that's all right. And I wish I should have went to McDonald's and gotten some cheeseburgers or something.
Yeah.
But bro, no, I'm happy, man. Everything's good. I've been just snuggling with my dog, catching up on sleep, and so
You look refreshed.
I'm happy I made it.
You look well
I'm just
rested.
happy I made it and I didn't miss out.
Yeah, absolutely. You look well rested today. Well, look,
Thanks.
we got you on the show. Obviously, we want to do the Hamburglar bit, which is what we've done. Big thank you to my fry guy for coming and putting my headphones on. But we obviously want to talk. I want to talk Bitcoin with you. Look, Bitcoin did not hit 100,000 in 2021. Is there any hope it hits 100,000 in 2022, or what do you think we're looking at for Bitcoin in general for this year?
Oh man, you know, we got a lot. Time's gonna have to go by, and well, let me kind of share my screen.
Yeah,
and I haven't really looked at the charts really too much here. I haven't been in a short or anything, so we can take a quick look and see kind of what's going on here. Let me share my screen.
There we go. Perfect.
Move over. Go to a non-3 amigo chart here. Looking at the weekly. Yeah, so last week we had the green dot down here. So we were expecting a little bit of movement to the upside, which we got. Price movement came a little bit up, but how much we didn't know. This 3-day doesn't look that good at all. We have our VWAP curve down here. Momentum kind of starting to curve right here as well to the downside. DBSI is at 16 on the bear. And, you know, this kind of, the price can't go one direction the whole time. It has to, if it's going down, it has to come up a little bit. If it's going up, it has to go down a little bit. And so, yeah, it's not looking that good right now. As far as price action, you know, if you're a bull or whatever. But you know, listen, if you're a Bitcoin bull or a crypto bull, you know, you want the price to come down. You want things to be natural. And you know, we're subject to a lot of outside things right now. Fundamentally, money printing might be getting shut off, and so we have to repent for our sins. And that can take some time, maybe even take longer than we expected. But maybe crypto can come out of it stronger. Like, you know, normally in bear markets, bro, and big time sell-offs, everything goes down. But if there's one asset that could finally be the one to rise up and say F you to the man and, you know, the government and stuff, and you guys screwing everything up, it would be crypto, darn it. So who knows? Maybe, we can magically, money will go into crypto as everything else is going down. But yeah, as far as this 3-day don't look good. We have to repent for our sins a little bit. That's what I got to say from there.
Yeah.
Go ahead, ask it. What do you have to say?
What do I have to say? Well, special. I think you got to X out of the. There you go.
There you go.
What I got to say is, I don't know if you guys remember 29-cent hamburgers and 39-cent cheeseburgers in the late 90s and early 2000s for McDonald's. That was really my heyday. A lot of people would say that was my bull run. My burger bull run was during that time. Now, I'm glad you're laughing because I hate when people grimace when I make jokes.
Oh my God!
You guys know.
Everything's gone up. Everything has gone up. Minimum 40%.
Yeah.
Just look at commodities. The price of sugar's gone up 70%. In a year. The beans, coffee, McDonald's. Yeah. So man, everything's gone up. And I'm just glad I have no cheeseburgers here for you to take from me. I got to be protected from that.
Well, I'm not a cheeseburger.
I don't eat cheese.
I'm a hamburglar. So if it's got cheese, that's actually a way. An apple a day keeps a doctor away. Cheeseburger on the a slice of cheese on the burger keeps the hamburglar.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Really
so
good.
maybe you can tell us why they call. If there's anyone to ask, it'd be you. How can they call it a hamburglar when we don't eat cheese? What's the difference between cheeseburger and hamburger?
Yeah, I'd love to answer that.
Ham in my burglars. So what's that about, bro?
Well, the difference between a hamburger and a cheeseburger is on a cheeseburger, it actually comes with a slice of cheese. That is what separates them. If you really want me to know, I actually know quite a lot. Well, I would love to explain that to you. A lot of people think that the word ham implies what is on the burger, what the burger's made out of, but it actually is where it was created. It was created in Hamburg, Germany.
In the where?
Hamburg, Germany. That's where they were made.
Oh,
that's my understanding. Somebody can correct me. But maybe that's an urban legend, but I believe that's correct. That's where hamburger comes from. So
I believe it.
That's right. You guys come to the channel for hamburger knowledge.
You tell me the Germans created the hamburglar?
I know.
What else is a lie? Jeez.
Well, some people say some things from Germany are lies, but I don't believe it.
I had a quick question for you, Face, while we got you here. Are you putting a lot of stock, or are you watching closely the Fed announcement in March? Do you think that's going to make or break us any direction specifically, or you think it's all just noise?
So, for crypto, if the Fed comes out, yeah, I am, to give to the quick short answer. Yeah, I'll be watching it. What happened this last time is immediately, like when there's negative news, or we're going to be hiking the interest rate, immediately everything sells off, right? And with crypto, it sold off kind of quick, but then it got bought right back up. The only reason I would say that maybe that wouldn't happen this next time is if the guys really start putting their foot on the bear gas, selling off everything hard, and maybe that would drag crypto down with it. But part of me is like, man, listen, the interest rate isn't everything, man. Like one little thing isn't everything. On a side note too, they also say inflation 7.5%. They changed the way they calculate that number. It's 12.5% if they were going to be using the same calculation that they just changed this year because everything was so whatever. They said 2% every year is what is okay. So that's what they change it to. I'll be watching. I'd be looking for a quick dump or a quick sell off. And then we'll see what the markets are like, but quick sell off, and then as far as crypto goes, it'll probably get bought right back up to where the price is. And then,
I know that you're always real big on the technicals. Obviously, that's what Market Cipher is. You guys can check out Market Cipher. We're big fans of it. We use it every day here on the channel. But the thing is you're all technicals, and for the most part, we know that the technicals drive a lot of news. I mean, we know that, like, what's the phrase? It's like, show me the chart and I'll tell you what the news is, something like that. But when it comes to Ukraine, Russia, interest rate hikes, when it comes to those two situations, like, you do feel like those things are impacting the market, correct?
Well, it depends on the asset you're talking about. If we're talking about that sweet black gold, that sweet oil, baby, that we've just been going ham. Talk about a hamburger. We've been hamburger that black gold. Yes. As far as Russia and Ukraine, I think Canada would have more of an impact on the price of crypto,
Yeah,
but I don't
fair.
think I don't think those countries in Ukraine and Russia and war in Canada really have an impact on the price of crypto.
Yeah.
But other assets maybe. And I forgot the rest of your question.
Yeah, I think that was the question. Well, the last thing I want to ask you about here, Cryptoface, is, one thing that we've been kind of seeing is, we've had like a lot of things that have seemed to indicate Bitcoin should be dumping, and it's been really holding support relatively well. Bottom at 33K, didn't go below that. As long as we're seeing Bitcoin above 29.5K, in my opinion, it's hard to say it's a bear market. Once we go below that number, certainly we can say it. But when it comes to like on-chain fundamentals, one thing we're looking at is it just seems like a lot of the short-term holders are running out of steam. Like, how much out there, what kind of chance do you believe that we're going to see a dramatic drop for Bitcoin where we do go down to 24 or 27 or 29, somewhere around there? Like, doesn't it feel like the bears, they just keep running out of steam when they try to press the price down?
I understand why you feel that. And it reminds me of when we were coming down from 20K and we were bouncing off that $6,000 line and bounced off a little bit, then boom, boom, boom. And eventually we stopped bouncing off of it and we're flat on it. And then one day it just went and just got crack rate back down. Since the industry as a whole and the asset class of cryptocurrency in Bitcoin has grown and there's more people in it, there's more money in it, things might take a little longer. Things don't happen as soon as we want them to. And so we, might have to wait for this 40K to bounce up and then bounce out and then bounce a little more, then maybe a drop or I understand. Right now they're supported at 40K, then 30K, and people argue back and forth like, well, the whales and the institutions won't let it go down to a certain price. And, these institutions that people think are buying in aren't, just because, people think that Robinhood and they call these institutions saying that they're buying in, offering Bitcoin products. And products is different than actually having it on a balance sheet. I don't know too many real investment institutions that are going to open their ass up with a 5% risk to Bitcoin. They when they could just do something themselves, start that token from zero and have almost no risk, a little investment to start it. So I don't have all the answers. I know you normally come to me for all the answers.
Yeah, of
Um,
course.
but yeah, man, we'll see what happens.
Well,
Could go up or down.
oh, dang.
We're in for some wild times.
Incredible analysis. Look, I want to ask you one very, very, very last question. I think I said the last one was the last question. But I want one last question. Just very simple answer from you. What do you believe? And conjecture, projecting. We're just friends here. We're just a hamburglar and a guy that wears a face mask all the time. What is the lowest price you think Bitcoin can go to?
I don't want to say it, bro.
No, I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
Say
I wanna hear
it. Yeah.
I
Well,
want to hear it.
The lowest price would be 80 or 90% from the top.
Yep.
And even like the most known people out there that have been saying, 64K was the top and it can go to 12K or 20K. That the truth is we've avoided saying 7,000 because it hurts already enough to try to utter out 20,000 or 13. Altcoins, some of them already taken 90% hit.
Yep.
Hell, man,
Absolutely.
I just got murdered on an altcoin investment that I made. I put like 20 grand into it. Called ICE. And then they had some guy, Popsicle Finance, and one of their treasury guys ended up being someone with like a bad rap, and boom, that shit hit, went down 90%. And so it's crypto is really decentralized in the investment. It's not just Bitcoin, Ethereum in the top 10 coins. It's thousands of them, man, and that makes things real skittish, real skittish. So
Yeah.
yeah. What's up with
Well,
CC Pool and the Chinese? Have they been? Are you following up with those guys, or
with the
is
CCP,
anyone doing any on-chain analysis on who's
yeah, I'll call
dumping
him.
or who's
I
selling?
can call him right now if you want. I'd call him live on the show. Call the CCP. President G. Now that I'm wearing my Hamburglar criminal outfit, they'll probably be more likely to talk to me. So, but
Hello?
yeah.
Oh, we don't have hamburger. We safe here.
Well, the CCP, I tell you what, they're busy with stuff in China. I'm sure. I mean, we know they're all, or in Canada. I mean, no, there's a lot of tie-ins between China and Canada, more than people want to admit. But yeah, I don't really think there is a lot of massive dumping going on right now. I think there's potential for it, but we haven't seen anything that really looks abnormal. For me, I tend to think it's going to be hard for it to go below 18K. I mean, Cryptoface, like, let's imagine a $10,000 Bitcoin. Like, let's just imagine it. Like, how in the world could it get below that? People everywhere will be flocking to buy it because we've now built a base of people that believe in Bitcoin
bro,
so
you say
much.
that,
Yeah,
you say that, but it's easy to say that you would buy at a certain number when it gets
it
down
is.
there.
You're correct.
Yeah. I don't
Well,
know about that, bro. I
but
don't know
but
about
I
that.
I would say I believe that now with your Michael Saylors, and other prominent people that are pro Bitcoin, like, it's just hard for me to imagine a scenario where people like that, people like me that believe in, I don't care where it drops to. Like, if it gets that low, I am going to buy a lot more. We are going to move a lot of our cash reserves into Bitcoin. There are too many people out there like us that I believe will do that for it to get that low. It's hard for me to see it
Yeah,
going
but it's
below
like,
18K.
how long are you gonna have to hold on to that, man? How long are you gonna have to wait for things to get
Couple
back
years.
to just like roar, just
Yeah.
roaring that back up to 100K? And
Four years, so we wait every 4 years.
yeah,
For it,
yeah,
so.
yeah, yeah. Yes, that's
I think
man.
there's people that have a long-term mindset now, and look, Bitcoin's not going away. There are going to definitely be some scare tactics. I think that stuff going on with Ukraine, Russia, you got president, executive order, you have rate hikes, you got a lot of stuff that could be a recipe for a massive dump. But let's say it does go to 50% of 29,000, like, still, that's putting it at like 14,500.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's just hard for me to envision it going to those numbers. But I will tell you this: I never in my wildest dreams would have thought it went to $3,000 in 2018, and that's exactly where it went.
Yeah.
So that's why, when you've been around this game a long time, like, I'm not dumb enough or naive enough to say it can't go to 7,000.
Yeah,
in my
You
estimate,
don't want to make
I
that
don't
mistake,
believe.
huh? You already
Yeah.
made that one up.
I already made that one. Yeah,
You know what I'm
come
saying?
dressed like Birdie. I'll be dressed like Birdie next time. Have my little pigtails out.
Yeah.
Y'all remember Birdie used to get on that little thing in the playground and ride her?
Yeah,
Dude.
Yeesh.
You know what I'm talking about. What were those, the little things that bounce? You know what I'm talking about. So, wow,
man.
I can't find a way to make that better.
Nope.
I can't find a way to walk that back. So,
Yeah, dude, I understand. Like, you know what? It could be just be a big nothing burger. You know what I'm saying? This is another Russian nothing burger.
could be.
Or is it a hamburglar?
Or is it a hamburglar? Well, Cryptoface, we're going to continue on with the rest of the show. We're going to try to have a serious show today, which is going to be very, very hard to do. But thanks for coming on the show.
Well, I'll donate my 10,000. I wasn't supposed to because I won the bet. You know what I'm saying? But I'll chime in. Whatever 10 grand. Whatever somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, what a guy!
Somewhere.
What a guy! What a guy! All right. I'll send you a message on Telegram. We'll get that worked out. All right, guys.
All right.
Thank you, Cryptoface, for joining us so much. Thank you.
All right.
Face.
Later, man.
See you,
Bye.
man. I love that guy.
Yeah, he's
Okay,
so much
for the
fun.
rest of the show, I'm gonna have to put this up here. I think we can do. Should I do mask on? Y'all want
You
the
can
mask on? So I can't do
actually
the hat for the whole show.
Take the headphones off.
Oh, I don't need the headphones.
No. There you go.
This is not Zorro, guys. There's no Zorro.
A lot of people calling it Zorro.
A lot of people calling Zorro. This is the Hamburglar. Look, the difference is the stripes. I'm a Hamburglar. I will steal your hamburger.
Zorro's all black, right?
Yes. I feel like Kung Lao a little bit. Like, I just want to
Do it. Throw it at the
Yeah.
camera.
I just chopped the microphone. 6,100 viewers, 1,100 likes. Can we get more likes for the Hamburglar? Can we? Can we get more likes for this? Y'all like when we do fun stuff. You know what I like is the other day, we did this whole big thing about how the channel's growing up. We're being more serious. We're like trying to like dress more mature. We're trying to like really show like a more sophisticated side of investing. And here we are.
I mean, I think being more serious about the investments is fine. Like we're at this point getting into generational wealth, like taking care of kids and things beyond that. But you still got to be able to have fun. Right?
Yeah, of course. We're always going to have fun on the channel. I don't know how to not have fun. Smash the likes, guys, if you're having fun, especially our Pluto Alliance people. Smash those likes if you like that we're giving all the money away to that community, to our community of Pluto Alliance. And also, this is your daily reminder, OpenSea is a scam.
Also, guys, the number one way you can help, obviously the likes are great, but if you share the videos with your friends, that obviously...
Yeah, please, if you could share the video. Find some people you can share the videos to. It's going to help a lot. We got to get Cryptoface on old Frankie Candle's channel. Yeah, Frankie Candles just walked in here a second ago. Something I did notice, by the way, if we come over here to the Bitcoin chart, right now Bitcoin's at $40,200. We did just go below $40,000 a few moments ago, and we touched off of, I believe, $39,450 is what we touched off of. So then we had a little wick there. Now that may have been overnight. Let me check the hourly here and see how low it just bottomed out last hour. No, that was it. So in the last hour, it touched $39,450. So pretty big right there, guys. We do have, if you go over here, the hourly chart, we do have some manipulation going on here. And we're going to be talking about some things that may be affecting Bitcoin's price here in just a little bit. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, guys. If you are watching, you're not subscribed, please do us that favor. 814,000 followers on Twitter. Make sure to follow us there. If you're into Pluto Alliance, make sure to check out Pluto Alliance on OpenSea, which we hate. We'll be moving somewhere else as soon as we can. But this is the official link. So make sure, a lot of people are putting out scams or they're trying to take advantage of what we're doing and putting out scam Pluto Alliance. Make sure you're getting the real deal. Go straight to our Twitter. 436K here on Instagram and on our personal non-crypto photos. 6,000 and let's see the latest number on that. 6,067. I wonder if this number is different too. Let's see. Did we get it? No.
Real quick, just for fun, say OpenSea.
OpenSea.
Trash.
There we go.
Dang right.
We're getting some new buttons. I want to
new buttons, guys. Y'all like that one?
Yeah.
That's the Bit Boy a Bubby.
The trash Bit Boy.
Trash Bit Boy. Trash. Yeah, that's right. Trash. Okay. All right, guys. Just a quick look at CoinMarketCap. We're coming in. Let me make sure these are the latest numbers. $1.96 billion or $1 trillion, in market cap, 73 billion in volume. We did just have a little bit of a bounce, 41.3% Bitcoin dominance, and for 69.5. Whoa, 69.5 Paraguay Jensen and ETH transaction.
How do you have 69?
What'd you say? I
said, how do you have 69?
Well, one's a 6, one's a 9. You have a 6 and a 9 standing alone when you cut 69.5.
Gotcha. I was thinking 34.5.
Oh, okay. I've got some jokes, but I'm gonna leave those. We're already wearing the Hamburglar outfit. Should be enough for you people today. Bitcoin coming in 40,200. Ethereum at 2,800. Binance Coin back under $400. Cardano at $1. XRP at 76 cents. I mean, how depressing! What a depressing day. This is supposed to be a fun day.
It's never good when it's a bunch of stable coins up there.
No, absolutely not. I mean, we only have one winner today, period. And that's Neo, up 5% for the week. Been a brutal week, but we do have some things up. Rally and Neo, Clayton. Rally is a community token, by the way. They help creators and influencers create their own, token for their communities. We actually have our own token, Bit Token. We're going to be talking a lot more about that here in the future. The reason being is because that's how we're going to be paying out the Pluto Alliance NFT holders from our YouTube revenue starting in March. And then in addition to that, we're going to be doing a video next week where we're going to be looking at Sandbox with the Meta Money guys. So we're going to be jumping into Sandbox and looking at our BitBoy Digital City we built. I've been told it's our own community token. The Bit Token is our own community token, and that is used in Sandbox as well. So we're going to be, I've been told that our land, we're having a meeting with our guy, our guy that manages our Sandbox land. He says our land's better than Snoop Dogg's. our VIP pass is better than Snoop Dogg's.
Let's
so
go.
just what I'm gonna say. I mean, look, Gal had a little party with Snoop Dogg. Maybe you need somebody more hip. I'm just saying. Maybe you need somebody more hip. Now, don't get me wrong. Snoop Dogg has definitely worn the stripes before. As he's done some time. But okay, all right. I guess we're two of America's most wanted. What can I say?
Oh, gosh.
Okay. Moving on here. Looking at Fidelity as we move on to Bitcoin adoption curve. The price. Now, this is a very interesting story here, guys. Price up down debate, mostly noise. Watch the network's Apple-esque growth. I told you guys for a long time. I'll just leave that for the end, I guess, probably. Or we can address it. You want to address it earlier?
No, that's fine.
Okay. The thing is, I've told you guys for a long time that so much in crypto is speculation. And that speculation exists between what the projects are today and the potential that they are going to be one day. Meanwhile, you got the fundamentals and the on-chain stuff going on in the background. And one day, the price will be more tied to the actual projects and the actual products than it is to the speculation. So this is something to be really bullish on, is the actual growth of the Bitcoin network. While many analysts anticipated BTC's price to fall toward $30,000 next, mostly based on technicals, Urian Timmer of Fidelity Investments lambasted the downside bias, calling it mostly noise. He says it's been in a choppy trade range for almost a year now, which is a fact. Bouncing between 30K and 65K. A lot of people are saying this is just one giant accumulation stage. The up or down debate continues to be a favorite hobby for many, but it's mostly noise. For Bitcoin, the network is what matters. Let's dig deeper. Now, I do want to say here, the fact is that the up and down debate is what people care about, right? Like this is why it gets talked about more than anything else in crypto, because that's what drives views. That's what drives attention. That's what drives people coming into crypto. So that's why we talk about it quite a bit. The director of Global Macro published a series of tweets late Thursday focused on Bitcoin's network growth. Since its inception as decentralized medium of exchange, and doing so, he compared the cryptocurrency's network effect with that of Apple. If the growth in valuation is an exponent of the growth in sales per Metcalfe's law, which means that the ability to produce technology gets twice as easy, and the amount of storage and capacity doubles, basically. I think it's like every 2 years. Is that a good description of Metcalfe's law? Pretty much.
Did you say say it again?
Like basically the ability to produce it gets twice as cheap and it's twice as powerful.
Yes,
like
the
every 2 years.
cost halves and the power doubles.
Right.
Yeah.
Then price should increase as an exponent on both metrics. And this is looking at the Apple price and valuation compared to Bitcoin, starting back here. This is this is not the price of Bitcoin. It threw me off because it's orange. This is the Apple price in here, and this is the Apple price and sales ratio indexed to price in 1996. You can see it followed very closely, but then when it kind of hit a status quo where everybody was using it, the price shot up. Applying the same metrics on the Bitcoin network returned impressive growth. You can see here, we apply Metcalfe's law and calculate the square of 867. We get 751,111, noting that it is roughly in line with 640,633x realized price gain. So basically, the price of Bitcoin would be $751,000, I think is what
that's Moore's law.
Oh, that's Moore's law. Metcalfe's law is network effects.
Yeah.
Network effects. Correct. Okay, that was Moore's law. No, Metcalfe's law is network effects. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but I do know that is what the topic is. So, does the hat make Ben the average height of the U.S. male? No, this makes me taller. I'm already taller than the average male American, as I am 5'10", along with Alex Jones. We're both 5'10". So, stark similarities in the rise of and TJ, you're actually taller than Gary Vee, just so you know.
Oh, really?
TJ's 5'9", correct?
Yeah.
Oh, he said yeah. Like you're actually 5'8.5".
Yeah,
Maybe?
I mean it depends.
Gary Vee's 5'8", according to Google.
Well, if I'm 5'8.5", then I'm still
are taller.
I'm very close to the same height. I have a picture where we were standing next to each other. I think I am taller.
You're like a tall man's Gary Vee.
Sure.
I like that. You are a tall man.
TJV
compared to Gary Vee.
Yeah.
You're kind of average in a lot of ways, but look, you're big in my heart.
Somebody said I'm taller laying down. Okay.
You have a really big nose, I guess, what the implication there. The stark similarities in the rise of Bitcoin Apple networks based on their price and prices to sales network ratios. prompted Timur to hint at long-term growth in the Bitcoin market. Additionally, the veteran analyst pitted demand curves of mobile phone subscriptions and internet adoption against Bitcoin to draw similar conclusions, suggesting that Bitcoin's price would rally above 100K in the future. I can't believe you said that. And here you can see Bitcoin is matching the demand models of mobile phones and internet. Guys, Bitcoin is going to be as big as the internet, right? You know, I mean, blockchain is in general. Bitcoin is the leader of that. We're seeing a similar adoption focus. It's just a matter of time. All you got to do, kind of like we're going to talk about our 5 investing philosophies in a video coming out tomorrow. You guys are definitely going to want to watch that. The number one, develop long-term mindset. You got to have a long-term mindset when it comes to crypto and things like this. You got to get out and get rich quick. You're going to get rich. It may not be quick, but you're going to get rich in crypto. You just got to do it all the right way and have the right focus. And number one, develop that long-term mindset.
Well, and it'll still be a lot quicker than anything else that exists on the market. You know, getting rich in 5 years, it's pretty quick.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah. No kidding. But the problem is you see somebody that sold an NFT for $1 million that had $12 in their bank account last week, and you're like, when's it my turn? That's the few and far between. You know how long it took me in crypto to get rich?
Here's the other thing. You hear about that, but you also don't hear about the year and a half that person didn't make any money and traded and lost and learned and figured this out.
Yeah, it took me essentially 9 years in crypto to get rich. Why? Because at first I didn't understand what I was investing in. I wasn't even investing. I was buying it just to buy a software. And then in 2016 or 2017 came back in hot and heavy and then rode it all the way back down to zero in the bear market. And then it was during that bear market that I started making the moves that put me to where I'm at. So, you know, it took a lot of years. It didn't happen overnight. You know, kind of like this channel. People see these numbers on this channel and say, oh my gosh, like it's so easy. They don't see the years that we struggle with nobody watching, you know? So, you know, you have to have the long-term mindset. I have the long-term mindset. The phrase I use a lot with kind of my journey and what I see with a lot of people's journeys and a lot of different things is gradually and then suddenly. Gradually and then suddenly. That's how you get rich in crypto. So, Sarah says, I'm so cute. Thank you, Sarah. Appreciate that. My wife will be stalking you shortly. Okay.
Does it matter that it starts with a LOL? Like, does that change anything?
I didn't even see that. All I saw was, I'm cute.
Got it. Well, that's all that matters.
LOL, BitBoy. Thanks. You really found a new way to demean me on my own channel.
No,
this is incredible.
Just asking.
Yeah. I think it was like, it's supposed to be like this, like, BitBoy's so cute.
Okay.
That's how I read it.
Yeah.
She laughed out loud.
Yeah.
BitBoy's so cute. That's the way I read it.
There you
Okay.
go.
Stuck in the same moving averages as 2013. So anyways, really bullish stuff on the adoption curve of Bitcoin. Here's what the Apple trajectory reveals about the future of Bitcoin. This is a big deal people are talking about
For sure.
a lot, looking at the demand curve. Apple to oranges, similar to the executive note of the Bitcoin's valuation. We already talked about that, about Metcalfe's law. It's not the first time, though, that Timur has derived an asset's value from its network effects, as he had argued earlier that one of the reasons Ethereum was falling behind Bitcoin was because it didn't have both scarcity and rising adoption playing in its favor. Investment bank Wells Fargo, in its recent report, had claimed that Bitcoin was entering a hyper-adoption mode akin to what the early internet had experienced in the mid-90s, which placed it at an early but not too early investment stage. I mean, they said they want me to clip that laugh. Please don't clip that laugh.
Oh, definitely clip that laugh, basement. That's
God,
a good call.
You. Why did I even say that?
That's
like it's like a train wreck, and I can't stop myself from saying, even though I know the end result of what's going to happen. Here's what I want to say about Bitcoin adoption. We are a lot more adopted than we talk about we are. I really believe this. When you look at the amount of people that know what Bitcoin is, the amount of people that are invested in Bitcoin, invested in crypto, it's much bigger than we give it credit for. Really where the problem is, why we're not where we're going to be in the future, is the understanding of what Bitcoin is. People are very quick to invest in 3 letters. They're very quick to invest in Bitcoin when they see the charts and the prices without actually understanding what it is. And I think that's where we're at. The adoption of investing in Bitcoin and investing in crypto is extremely strong. You're probably not early. You're not super early in that regard. The understanding element is where you got to kind of get in there and grind and separate yourselves from other people, because understanding Bitcoin better gives you a better, a better arsenal to make money in the future. So that's the way I'm seeing things. But when we look at the numbers of people investing in Bitcoin are staggering.
Mm-hmm.
They're much larger than we want to talk about. Can you ban that Pheno DAO from the chat? Like, just put that on a blocked word. That's stupid. Yeah, don't come in my chat shilling, please. U.S. Senator Cynthia Lummis, Federal Reserve should buy Bitcoin. How about that? Cynthia Lummis, U.S. Senator from the Wyoming state. What? U.S. Senator from the Wyoming state. What a weird way to write that. Has suggested that he's trying to get her words in. The author has suggested the Federal Reserve should buy Bitcoin on its balance sheet. What do you guys think about that? The Fed to buy Bitcoin, it holds over $40 billion in foreign currency reserves. Well, we know we got $4 billion of Bitfinex's money sitting on our books at the current moment. Once there's statutory and regulatory framework, this will make a lot of sense, which is coming very soon. So here we go. We got Biden administration's crypto executive order expected next week, also known as the people behind Joe Biden writing things. The executive order will direct government agencies to investigate cryptocurrency as a matter of national security. So we're starting to see where this is going, what this is going to be about. President Biden is expected to issue an executive order next week mandating several government agencies study crypto. That's the mandate. They're going to study crypto. They're going to investigate crypto. The agencies will have 3 to 6 months to produce a regulatory report. Biden administration will reportedly use the input to direct its regulatory approach to digital assets. So you want to talk about a nothing burger? And trust me, I know burgers. This is a big nothing burger. Next week, President Joe Biden will reportedly issue an order mandating government bodies to study crypto and a central bank digital currency, so CBDC. It's a matter of national security. On issuance of the directives, they'll have 90 to 180 days. The study of crypto effects on market competition will be tasked by the Attorney General. This is where things are sparsed out into who is in charge of what. Federal Trade Commission, the Consumer Protection or Financial Protection Bureau, the latter two are also expected to examine potential impact on privacy. The Treasury and banking agencies, the CFTC, will be responsible for understanding consumer and investor protection. The Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, another really stupidly named government agency, and the Federal Deposit Issuance Insurance Corporation will report to the president on possible consumer protection. It's also expected to task various agencies will coordinate internationally on digital asset standards and direct several governmental bodies to understand the technical requirements of a CBD system for the U.S. Some have not waited. Some are already getting started. Guys, the long and the short of this is government studying crypto. There's your executive order. That's it. This has already been going on. This is not surprising. I'm really much more interested to see what else is going to come out of this regarding stablecoins and CBDCs. But it looks like they're shaping up to big regulatory push at the end of this year. Now, I'm just spitballing here. I don't have the answers. I don't have all the answers that you guys seek. I certainly don't. But what I tell you is, if this were shaping up to be a multi-year bear market, which is not confirmed, but still definitely on the table. The way this worked is in December of 2018, Bitcoin bottomed. That was 12 months exactly, within a week, actually, of the high of Bitcoin. It took 1 year to bottom, and then it pretty much doubled in the next month, and then stayed around $6,000 outside of the pandemic crash. It did go up to 14, and it hovered back around 10. But in general, like TJ, I don't know if you're like during the bear market, you pretty much remember Bitcoin at $6,000 to $7,000.
Correct.
Right. That's the looking back. That's how you felt about it.
Yeah. It hung at around 7 forever.
Right. So when it got over 7, you were like, oh gosh, can we be going back to 9, back to 10?
Right.
But when it was, in the 6s, you were like, so boring. So if you're looking at this and you're saying, okay, they're giving them basically 6 months. What month is it now?
We're in February.
February. It's coming out at the end of the month, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So you would basically be looking at 6 months from, let's say, the beginning of March, which will put it in September. We get all these recommendations. It just seems like it lines up to where if the regulation is not great for Bitcoin holders or investors or crypto investors, then, hey, we could potentially see things bottom out maybe about a year later. If this is a multi-year bear market, it could be following the track, and this could get us there, Right now, this isn't anything really that bearish, but once these reports start coming out in 3 to 6 months, it could be bearish. So I ultimately don't think that there's going to be that much going on with it. I mean, I think, look, we've been telling for years, like, we want regulation and clarity in crypto. We need, especially as a person who's an influencer or a YouTuber or an educator that comes on here and tells you guys, what's going on in crypto. Like, I want to be able to be armed with the information that I need to do my job correctly in the best way in a regulatory way. We have nothing to guide us here. When we look at, the SEC and the Ripple case, we want we want to know, like, is a security, is it not a security? What are you going to consider a security? We want that clarity. We need government organizations. And I think ultimately, if you want my complete opinion on what this is going to ultimately bring, it will be a cryptocurrency commission. I think a lot of this stuff will end up moving over to a crypto commission. And just think, you guys still got people out there that are saying, crypto is not going to make it. Like, crypto is a scam. Like, you got the entire government ready to regulate it. Think about that.
Mhm.
Extremely bullish, in my opinion. So,
Short term.
Go ahead.
I was going to say short term bearish, but massive long term bullish. Like, the regulation could cause a little blip one direction or the other, but in the macro, like you were saying, this definitely isn't going anywhere. It's 100% the future. And people that don't see that yet generally are incentivized not to. It's traditional, it's people that have gotten very wealthy off the traditional system. So those are the hardest people to convince because they're incentivized to have a closed mindset.
Michael Payne, who is one of our admins,
Mhm.
just said, I don't see it now. He said they just removed Joe Rogan from Spotify.
Somebody, yeah, they're talking about it. I don't know if that's confirmed or not.
I don't have confirmation of that.
Yeah.
That's happening. I already knew the Joe Rogan deal was worth $200 million. That's like the big news that came out. It was $200 million. Like, I already felt like I knew that. Didn't you know that?
Well,
I don't
I
know why
knew
this
it
is
wa-
news.
I knew he signed initially when he signed it right off the rip. It was 100 million.
So that's what people were saying. It was actually 200 million, but I thought it was 200 million the whole time. Maybe I just, Phantasm Spring says regulation is bullish. We made it. 100%. Agree with you totally. Okay. Ukraine passes law legalizing crypto as threat of war. This is Ukraine, not the University of Kentucky. If you're thinking of UK legalizing crypto, there on the rundown. Ukraine has passed its law on virtual assets. Is this why Russia is trying to invade Ukraine? Absolutely not.
No.
But they said they passed a law on virtual assets, recognize crypto as a legal asset. That will include official regulator to oversee activity. Interesting that this is going on at a time when obviously, they said it's a CEO. The CEO says a technical glitch on Spotify that temporarily has removed Joe Rogan. So interesting.
Yeah, I'm
Who
seeing
knows?
mixed.
I mean, kind of like yesterday, we talk about a certain topic twice and, on two different shows and our stream goes down. Who knows? All right. The Parliament of Ukraine has passed amendments to its law on virtual assets, ratifying the eventual creation of legal market for crypto. So it's a little strange, though. You got to admit, it's a little strange. I don't think there's necessarily a connection. I do believe it's a coincidence, but that, we're getting all this news from crypto from Ukraine. The same time we've got Russia making a lot of news about crypto. The same time they're making news, potentially going to war with each other or Russia invading Ukraine, depending on how you look at that. Ukraine's parliament passed its crypto bill, majority support, 272 of its 450 members. National Commission on Securities and Stock Market installed as the primary regulator for crypto. We do know there's rising tensions. Let's see. Traditional stocks as well as crypto dropped on the news. Russia had failed to pull back. Also, breaking news: Ukraine formally separated from the USSR in 1991. Let's see here. Here's some more stuff about it. Legislators have given their nod. I don't know if you guys remember. You remember when they were talking about doing their CBDC on Stellar or XLM? I wonder if that's still in the cards.
No.
Ukraine's Vice Prime Minister Mikhailo Fedorov confirmed Thursday the parliament has passed a law legalizing crypto. It was government's second effort at legalization, so it didn't go through the first one. It does not make Bitcoin legal currency. El Salvador is the only country to have passed that. They're preparing tax forms. We talked about that a second ago, and then we know that Russia and Ukraine are going at it. So hackers use crypto to buy military hardware. You guys remember that story that North Korea used $2 billion worth of hacked crypto to build their weapons program? That was a couple years ago. All right. UK does not equal Ukraine. Yeah, I agree. We should. I don't know why that says UK. That's
I don't
bad.
either. I didn't do it.
It's not the
think
United Kingdom either.
It's UKR for Ukraine, right?
Yeah, just add an R there, I guess. Well, I don't know what it is. Ukraine abbreviation.
UA.
UA. What's
Isn't
a
that-
3-letter?
That's weird.
3 letters UKR.
So I was
Yeah.
right. UKR.
Yeah, I guess we just didn't think about United Kingdom there. That would be. DeFi may turn to DAO governance to reduce regulatory risk. Man, I'm hungry. I need a hamburger. This show has gotten me really ready for a hamburger today.
I think everybody at home right now is eating a Happy Meal.
They probably are. Let's see. With the DeFi ecosystem continuing to be plagued by criminal whales, the risks of financial loss within the sector are becoming more apparent. Calls to regulate decentralized finance began taking flight in 2021. Sector has started to face enforcement actions over the past year. As regulators close in on DeFi, KuCoin Labs has predicted that the industry may turn to DAO governance to reduce regulatory risks. According to KuCoin Labs, a DAO that puts community interest first can carry out true governance decentralization. KuCoin Labs also suggested the fundamental operational principle of DAOs are reasonable enough to be employed as foundations for the creation of legal entities. The report notes that refining their mechanisms may set the stage for their adoption by companies and corporations as well. Meanwhile, blockchain-based protocol Syndicate recently announced 450 new DAOs were created within its platform in a span of 3 weeks. Claims this accounts for 10% of all DAOs in existence. Wow, is this like the new way to make DAOs here? Like, as a token launching platform, a DAO launching platform? I'm not really that familiar with it. Marshall Islands recently recognized DAOs as legal entities, meaning they can register and operate legally within the Pacific Island nation's jurisdiction. Collectively, this represents proof that the DAO governance structure is indeed starting to become more prevalent in the blockchain world. You know, I just think that when it comes to DAOs, there are certain... It's going to be a while before I think these are accepted by the mainstream. Like, for instance, talk all the time about, let's say we were to do a DAO to own the Falcons. Let's say a professional sports team DAO. Okay, we talked about this at our meetup the other night. Got an interesting email from a guy about this. Is that, like, we could create a DAO and we could raise money. We could literally have billions of dollars set aside to buy an NFL team. But ultimately, the NFL would still have to agree to accept that as a type of ownership.
Right.
I think that's where we're going to get into a lot of dicey areas. There will be some things that, I can't really think of something that would be a DAO that, would certainly be accepted, like kind of in the mainstream. I can't think of one. I'm sure somebody could think of something here. I think probably if you were to buy real estate, I think if you were to do a real estate transaction and you had the money, you had cash ready to buy it, and you had a group of investors tied together with a DAO, I think they would probably do that as long as the money's there. But there are certainly other things that I'm not exactly sure that, will be accepted by the mainstream. And it's scary. DAOs are a little scary too, because, it kind of can be like a mob mentality a little bit, right? Like you put something together, you get something working really great. Somebody comes up with a lot of cool ideas, and then all of a sudden, things aren't working great the first month, and people decide to change everything, because we know the majority of people in like retail investing panic sell and FOMO and do all kinds of things they're not supposed to do. How do these kinds of group mentalities equate over to DAOs? We just don't know yet. So
I would say DAOs today are a lot like NFTs in mid to late 2018.
Yeah.
Like, the protocols are there, the abilities to create them are there, but the interesting things aren't really happening yet. For the most part, it's a group chat, it's a Discord of friends, of people with a lot of money, and they all invest together in a decentralized way. Like, that's the most. There are a few, Shapeshift converting their whole thing to a DAO and running that whole exchange as a decentralized autonomous organization. That's one of the more interesting ones to me right now. But I think it's going to be another, over the next 2 years, we're going to see a lot of them launch. Most of them are going to be kind of like what you referenced, crowdfunding, raising money platforms like ICOs. But from those ICOs, a few interesting projects came, a few stick around, and I think it's going to be very similar with DAOs.
IOTA was an ICO.
Ethereum was an ICO, wasn't it?
What's that?
Wasn't it Ethereum?
Ethereum was an ICO. There you go. Yeah, absolutely. Hoskinson's predictions for ADA to standardized interest rates. There's some pretty interesting thing coming here from Charles Hoskinson making some predictions for Cardano. It's been a tense time for the Cardano community as two projects, the Sunday Swap DEX and Project Incubator Card Starter, took their feud to court. How fun. Charles Hoskinson expressed his disappointment and urged other young builders to do better. This is not what we want to see. We don't want to see these people going to court with each other.
Just for the record, guys, the DAO is a decentralized autonomous organization.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hoskinson was quick to reply that though he thought algorithmic stablecoins were super cool, as it says here, my heart, I'll go on. As they allowed monetary policy to be separated, the Cardano founder claimed that while Bitcoin served as a store of value, it wasn't attractive as a means of exchange or a unit of account. Furthermore, Hoskinson theorized how algorithmic stablecoins could play a role in El Salvador, where dollars are still in use. He said, I think El Salvador is the first one that's going to have to contend with this. So people are still making dollars. There's still a lot of cash flowing around. They just made it easy to exchange dollars for Bitcoin. He also said, what if you could take Bitcoin and create a dollar-like stablecoin for Bitcoin and algorithmic stablecoin from that? I mean, I'm a big fan of this. I've talked about this for a while with Bitcoin. I think stablecoins pegged to Bitcoin are interesting ideas. In this case, an algorithmic stablecoin, be backed by crypto. Countries like El Salvador and Argentina could possibly use it. Hoskinson knows that investing in deflationary assets was helpful to fight inflation and for people to hide their money, which is certainly more important in some questions. TJ is the smartest off the whole BitSquad. I'm sure off. Yeah, he's always very close to getting kicked off the BitSquad. That is correct.
Yeah.
So appreciate. Thanks for highlighting that.
He was trying to say of, obviously.
Oh, he was.
It is funny that he said off.
Yeah. Oh, of the BitSquad. Well, I don't know. I mean, we got some pretty smart members in the BitSquad.
There's
but I got to tell you, only one person has managed to get close to my side. That's TJ. He's my little tonto. You're my little tonto. Okay. Hodgkin said 2022 would see his team accomplish peer-to-peer lending in Africa. That worked out great.
Yeah.
He believed that enabling the flow of value from the developed world to the developing world would standardize interest rates and ultimately bring them down. So some interesting predictions there. That's okay, Roald. I was just kidding. I knew what you meant. I was just using that as a dig at TJ when he was trying to lift himself up by highlighting that comment.
I didn't highlight it. You just read it on your own. I was just going to let it slide. They highlight.
They highlighted it.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was you trying
No.
to call it yours. Wow, TJ, more humble than previously known. Cardano Foundation announced a shift in leadership. Cardano Foundation, which is one of the three operations that operate Cardano. You have Emergo, you have IOHK, and then you have the Cardano Foundation. Cardano Foundation recently, there's been a lot of turnover at the Cardano Foundation. They've had problems throughout the years there. They recently announced the newest members of its board of directors. I scratched my eyeball there. Fernando Luis Vazquez Chow, possibly. Fernando will offer more than 20 years of industry experience to the board in areas such as regulatory governance, open source technology, capital markets, and fintech. Sounds like a pretty good move here. The newest board member was with unrivaled expertise in Asian financial services. It helped Cardano in the Asian markets. His appointment comes as Foundation expands its core operations. Foundation now has a 4-person board. It's still one of the most promising networks in crypto. Remember, Cardano been basically in the top 10 ever since it launched. So if you're out there doubting Cardano, continue to doubt it. It'll continue to just doing what it does. Thank you, Living Legend, for the comment about the Michael Saylor interview. Really great interview last night, over the last couple of days. So we had 2 parts to that. So you can make sure to go check out the Michael Saylor interview. XRP. Where's my XRP? We went from the Z, this is not a Zoro content, to the X. There we go. XRP. I know the XRP.
Why everybody thinks it's Zoro? Just tuned in. Why is BitBoy dressed as Zoro?
It's Hamburglar, y'all. I'm the Hamburglar.
Zoro.
I will steal your burgers.
Yeah.
How do you feel, TJ, about eating someone's food off their plate when they're done with it?
When they're done, is somebody in your party or a stranger?
Well, waiters and waitresses do it all the time.
Sure.
When they
So
bring
you're
food
talking
out.
about like you go out to eat with somebody, maybe they're finished, their food's sitting there, you're sitting there,
Yeah.
you might grab a fry or something
Yeah.
like that. I don't do
A
it.
rib. Say a rib.
Say a rib. I don't do it, but I'm also don't care if somebody grabs food off my plate, if that makes sense. So I don't.
How close do the person have to be to you for this to be a comfortable situation? That's the real question.
That is the real question.
I'll eat anything off my wife's plate.
Sure. Yeah.
It's delicious.
I would say somebody you see on a regular basis, more than a general acquaintance. But I'm pretty flexible. I don't really care. Grab my food. I don't care.
Grab it. Just
Grab
grab it.
Put it in
Take
your
a bite.
mouth.
Put
Do
it in your
whatever you
mouth.
want
Grab
with
it.
it.
Put it in your mouth. I like it. If you see TJ, just remember the general rule is. Okay. All right. XRP thrives even as pending White House report on crypto could prove fatal for Ripple and SEC case. Is this the end of XRP?
No, but
Is
didn't I
this-
see yesterday? Wasn't there something Coinbase giving people instructions on how
Yeah.
to buy it?
Yeah. We talked about it. That was talked about that yesterday on Around the Blockchain.
Yeah.
So someone
Not
said
good.
family or close friend. I generally agree with that.
Yeah, that's about right. But I put anybody that works in this building into that category.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Yeah. Well, but that's because we're their bosses. Would they do that to us?
I don't know. I think everybody's different. I have a feeling you and I care less than anybody else in this
You're
building. Also,
Probably correct.
Right.
I will eat any. My uncle told me a long time ago. I was probably 9, and I had really been indoctrinated in school about, you don't eat after anybody and don't drink after anybody. You'll get sick, you'll die, and this is pre-pandemic even. And my uncle said, "That's a lie. You take a swig out of that Mountain Dew." And you know what I did? I took a swig out of the Mountain Dew. And you know what happened?
never look back.
I didn't die. I didn't get sick. I'm not afraid to eat or drink after somebody. I actually have a very strong immune system. And I think it's probably due to that.
Allie is another chronic food stealer. She'll grab off anybody's plate.
Food stealer. A food burglar.
Food burglar.
Food burglar. Ripple Labs has been tied up in a legal brawl.
That's
I-
not the kind of bra you want to be tied
No,
up. in.
not a legal brawl.
No.
Guys, throw the X up if you're in the XRP army and
Yeah.
you think XRP is not finished. Also hit a like in the
I
chat.
was to say 2,600 likes. We should be able to break 3K today.
Easily. Let's break 3K, guys. Ripple has been tied up in a legal brawl with the SEC, which seems to be having the upper hand. Ripple has been scoring several small wins in the case that could help it contend with that, contrary to the SEC's claims. Fox Business journalists Charles Gasparino and Eleanor Terrett, in a recent tweet, have revealed that their sources close to the SEC's case against Ripple believe that the pending White House report on crypto could classify XRP as a security. And the dumbest story I've read all year, these sources opined that the SEC may be stalling the case to stretch it into the summer of this year when the White House crypto report is expected. This is absolutely not happening. I can't imagine a dumber argument here that all of a sudden they're going to come out. I want you to think about this. What they're arguing here is that the SEC does not have jurisdiction over XRP. That's what they're arguing here. What they're saying is we need another government agency to come out and put a report and say XRP is a security, even though the SEC can't decide if it's a security. The SEC can't make their mind up on it. They can't win this case. But some other group, the OCC, the Treasury, they're going to come out and say, oh, well, no reason to do this case. XRP is a security. How dumb can you be?
Grasping at straws.
Yeah, completely. I think these are lies, too. I don't think people actually believe this. The new development, I'm not saying the reporters are lying. I'm saying the people who are talking to the reporters are lying. I think these reporters, Eleanor Terrett has proved, she's had a lot of good reports with a lot of factual information. So I think she does a good job. But I think that, I think the people telling her this are either lying or they're low IQ, one or the other, possibly both. The new development has been met with doubt by the XRP community. Members of the community who have been actively following the case have questioned how possible it would be for an executive order to override an ongoing judicial case. Old Mickey B. Fresh stated that due to checks and balances of the three arms of the government, executive ruling was not likely to have an impact on the court case. Absolutely. That would be saying the SEC is not in charge of XRP, which would mean it's not a security. So, if they're looking for something to say they're absolute idiots and they're really dumb for even trying this case, yeah, maybe they'll get that, but they're certainly not going to get something, going the other way. Somebody said that, by the way, that if I'm the Hamburglar, you're Ronald McDonald.
I saw that. That was funny.
Did you like that one?
That was a good one.
Taco today dressed like Ronald McDonald. I don't know if you saw him.
I did see that. That was something.
He said he had a clown interview later today.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
He's gonna spin some signs on the side. Maybe we should put him out by the road and spin.
Now, you guys know that the low point in my life, I think I've shared this on here before, was working at Party City.
Have you done that? Have you been a sign twirler?
I was not a sign twirler, but I did hold a sign at Party City during Halloween when I was probably 22 or 20.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe probably very early. Yeah, 20, right as I was turning 22.
Started from
I had
the
to dress
bottom.
out like a pirate and stand by the sign at Party City here in Kennesaw, Georgia. And I had to, hold a sign saying, come here. And I got hit with 2 beer bottles while I was out there. That was actually not the low point. That was actually not that bad of a day. The low point was when my entire job outside of standing outside with a sign was to grab costumes from the back and hand them to people. And my manager said, yeah, we need to talk to you. We're just not sure you have what it takes to do this job. It was literally someone would give me a number. I'd go to the back. I'd find the number on a box and I'd pull out a costume and hand them to you. Joke's on you, Party City. It's Party City every day now around here.
Yeah.
Thank you for that super chat, Jimmy Boyd, one of Frankie's guys. Frankie Candle's doing a phenomenal job. I watched his video last night on Spider Lines. Or no, on Fibonacci. His videos are really good. I would watch them. I do watch them. So you guys make sure to go subscribe to Frankie Candle here.
I don't know if that's
Undertaker to be inducted into the Hall of Fame.
yeah. I don't
You
know.
want to share that with me?
That Forza did.
Yeah, Forza wanted me to know. Huge news. Thank you, Forza. Mark Calloway, known in professional wrestling circles as The Undertaker, will now be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame, who I'll be facing this April at WrestleMania. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, guys, this isn't happening, so I'm not worried about this with XRP. If you're worried about this and you're in the XRP army, then you're a brand new cadet. You need to go through boot camp. We've been through much worse than this. Canada protests. Kraken CEO says users should consider taking crypto off exchanges.
Wow.
Here's Jesse Powell. Good for him. Good for Jesse Powell. I just blasted him yesterday. Oh, this is by Tim Copeland. I like Tim Copeland. Used to write for the Crypt, writing for the Block now. He's a good writer.
Yep. You heard about, or have you seen the thing where they're putting Justin Trudeau's image next to Chavez and it looks scary similar?
No, I haven't seen that.
It's pretty weird.
Yeah,
Like with a big grin and stuff.
Yeah.
It's bizarre, all that stuff going on in Canada. And I don't know if we talked about this on the
Every
show.
time we talk about this, our stream goes down, by the way.
Oh, by the way. Okay, well, let's keep moving.
No, go ahead. No, because we're at the end of the show. I mean, if it goes down, it goes down. Like, I just want to tell people, 2 days in a row, we've broached that subject on 2 different shows, and the stream went down during that time. But what were you
I'm
gonna say?
just shocked that no other Western leader has come out and condemned his actions in any way. Like everybody, all the public crying tyranny, but all the leaders silent. And my theory, I think I've talked with you a little bit about, is Canada kind of being a test net, like for what the West is willing to take when it comes to governance. We know the Eastern societies are a little bit more open to regulation and being, regulated into basically very little freedoms.
Yeah.
West obviously is a little bit more independent, but Canada leans more towards that UK kind of feel. So
a
I
little
think
more. The people there are like, look, we know there's some strong Canadians.
Sure.
But in general, the population more docile and willing to do what the government's asking than here for sure.
And so I feel like they use that to test and see how far they can push people, and then they test it here in the U.S. So it's just interesting. It's shocking that. Is that really shocking?
Well, I'll tell.
Not shocking to me. It's disappointing. Maybe that's a better word.
I'll tell you this here. Today is Friday, February 18th, 73 degrees. Here at the BitBoy Crypto Studio in Kennesaw, Georgia. You guys know Kennesaw, Georgia? You heard of it? It's a city where inside the city's limits, it's a law you must own a gun.
Yeah. Any homeowner in Kennesaw must own a gun by law.
That's where we live. And what I'll tell you is this is out in California or up there in New York City, they might be a little more willing to go along with some stuff like this. Let me tell you, people here would die before they go along with what the government says. And I'm one of them. So, all right. I'll listen to YouTube more than I'll listen to what the government says. So, all right. Crypto exchange Kraken CEO, maybe one and the same. Crypto exchange Kraken CEO Jesse Powell said today, any users concerned about government seizing their crypto without judicial approval should take their funds off crypto exchanges, including his own. Comments were made in the context of this very subject, the Canadian government freezing the bank accounts and crypto wallets of truckers and even threatening to take their dogs under certain... What? Threatening to take their dogs? Okay, this has gone to another level.
Yeah.
This has gone to another level for sure. You're not taking my dogs. If you come to take my dogs in my house, you're not leaving with a pulse. I'll just tell you that. 100%. Yeah, John McAfee, where's he at? You guys know that story? Well, we know where he is. Well, we think we know where he is. Maybe we don't know. 100% yes, it will happen, and 100% yes, we will be forced to comply. If you're worried about it, don't keep your funds with any centralized exchange. Basically, he's saying, like, I hate it, but we're going to do whatever they tell us to. Good stand there, Jesse. Once again, showing he's one of the most stand-up guys in crypto. Court orders Terra's Do Kwon to comply with SEC subpoenas. You guys know that he basically, he's the guy behind Terra Luna, behind Mirror Protocol. And the SEC hit him while he was on stage speaking, I believe at Consensus in New York or some event in New York City. That was illegal. They were supposed to go and give the information to his lawyers before they gave it directly to him. That's like a weird law with the SEC, and they didn't comply. So they were fighting up against that. But it says right now they're going to have to apply with the investigation. They were trying to get the entire investigation off on that technicality, but it doesn't look like that defense is going to work. Crypto app download spiked 280% following Super Bowl ads. I this morning sat down with my computer and I looked at all of the crypto ads from the Super Bowl. I viewed them all. And I did a reaction video. So that video will be coming out tonight at 9 o'clock. You can see my reaction to the FTX, the BitBuy, Coinbase, eToro, the tax commercial. And I believe there was actually one more as well. I can't remember where the other one was.
Crypto.com?
Yeah, Crypto.com. Crypto.com when I had seen before. So it was during the Super Bowl, but I had already seen it. So it was, I was just kind of making some comments on it. But yeah. Do Kwon Do, 33rd degree black belt. I assume that's actually not true. Is that a thing, 33 degrees?
I don't think so.
So anyways, you want to see me react to the Super Bowl commercials, which I thought some of them were phenomenal. Really great for crypto. Some of them, meh. So you'll see what I think about that tonight. Berkshire Hathaway's vice chairman in the next 100 years, fiat currency is going to zero, which is interesting because that's Warren Buffett. Am I right? Warren Buffett's company. Over $1.5 million of ETH from the AscendX hack moved to Uniswap 2 months after exploiting the crypto exchange AscendX, formerly BitMax. Oh, that's BitMax. The anonymous hackers have transferred $1.5 million worth of ETH to Uniswap in their first attempts to launder the money. So pretty interesting. They're trying to track all this stuff. So, you know what was crazy, TJ, is I've been noticing there's some videos outside of crypto. Like there are some non-crypto channels that are doing videos on crypto stories, and they're getting millions and millions and millions of views. But in crypto, we talk about this stuff every day, and we get like 40,000 views on a video, or 50 or 60. One guy made a video, it had like 6.5 million views on it or something crazy. At least 3 million views, I think it was, on the story about the rapper girl and, the Bitfinex hack and all that.
That's interesting.
So pretty fascinating. It feels a little unfair. It's a good video. I did a good job, but all right, let's move on to Q&A here.
Yeah, they're a little light on the questions today, so if you guys have some, drop them in the chat. From earlier in the show when you were talking about Bit Token, Rob Father asked, where can I buy the Bit Token now?
Yeah, where you can buy the Bit Token? You can buy the Bit Token at Uniswap, right?
Yeah.
Or on
BitSwap Dex.
BitSwap Dex. Is it .com or .io will take you there. BitSwapDex.io. That's our personal, or that's our company exchange that we have. It's an aggregator. So it gives you the best price out of 7 to 10 different exchanges. I don't know if they added more. I think it was maybe 11. I can't remember how many it is. But you get a Uniswap. So basically decentralized exchanges. And I think there's a few other places. Actually, if you let's go to CoinMarketCap and search it.
Yeah. According to Corn
Market Cap.
Exactly. CoinMarketCap.
Where's Farmer's Almanac when you need it?
I know. It's hard when you can hear yourself. So CoinMarketCap only shows SushiSwap. CoinGecko shows
interesting.
PancakeSwap, SushiSwap, Uniswap.
Yeah. I mean, the price of this thing has held pretty good ever since.
Yeah. It was put out there.
I mean, it hasn't been, it's never like, we had one really big run up. This run up would have been, I believe this was when it got listed on, I'm showing the chart here. I believe this is when it got listed on CoinMarketCap. Maybe this is when it got on CoinGecko. It's when it got on CoinMarketCap. People started selling it off. And there's just been a slow, gradual decline ever since then. So, not a really crazy looking chart, to be honest with you. I mean, if you take the average price of the low and the high, I mean, it's probably not too bad. Got over 50 cents, but just barely. I mean, it's hovered in between, 5 and 25 cents. So we expect a lot more, coming out of the Bit token here in the next few months, as we're going to really be putting a lot of emphasis on what you can do with it in the utility.
Yeah. And
in the NFTs
when we
for Pluto Alliance.
first put it out there, we put it out there as cheap as we could, which I think was like a penny.
Yeah, it was a penny, I believe, when it launched.
Yeah, so it's gone up from there. We're planning to use this as things go on as our community token. They use it in the Discord a decent amount and maybe with some discounts on different things. So this is definitely going to be something long-term part of our ecosystem. So if you're a BitSquad member for life, a lot of advantages.
Yeah. So if you have the Pluto Alliance, you're going to get some of this when it's your alienations, time is up to get their rewards from the YouTube channel monetization. So, all right, next question.
Another question from Trail Grinder. What are 2 hardware wallets you guys recommend?
I mean, you got to go with Trezor and Ledger. I mean, you just can't really go, outside of those. I would say, just another one, Arculus, one that, it's got a physical card that comes along with it. It's one we've talked about in the past. Arculus is kind of an up-and-comer. I've been doing a lot of promotion on, Fox Business and different, mainstream news sites. So definitely something to check out there. I think it could be a big one in the future. So hardware wallet.
Somebody was asking for a ByBit Launchpad tutorial.
That would be Frankie Candles.
Yeah, I was going to say, go to Frankie Candles on that. He's doing a lot of, they like the new cameras.
Chris Burns, see that comment there? Where did that go? Just got my first NFT from Ticketmaster on my Super Bowl ticket. Any thoughts? I also got mine last night. I saw that. I have 3 NFL NFTs, is what I realized. They're saved to your Ticketmaster account. Flow blockchain is what they actually use. So Ticketmaster using Flow blockchain for their NFTs. So I got one. They did a commemorative NFT from the Lions Falcons game, which I believe the Falcons won, actually, which was really great that we won a game. So I can't remember what the other one was, and I got my Super Bowl NFT as well. So just something I discovered last night. I didn't even know these were on there. So, pretty interesting. I don't think there's much you can do with them right now, but maybe in the future.
All righty. That's all the questions we have. So.
That's it. Well, I'm going to go hamburglar me a hamburger. That's all I got. Be blessed. Way out.